is up, you little sugar buggers? Welcome back to the channel for a brand new speed build. So today, you guys, we are actually going to be creating a houseboat in the beautiful world of Sulani. But before we get started, I just want to go ahead and wish everybody a happy and safe 4th of July, because it was this time last year that your girl got her labios stuck to a freaking popsicle, and then I got shot in the ojo with a freaking firework. Y'all, I'm not even playing the sparklers. They look like they're your friends, but I promise you they're freaking not. Just in a nutshell, just be careful, okay? Like, literally, it's not that dramatic, but those things did happen to me, and the whole getting shot in the eye with a firework thing just really set the pace for how careful I am going to be on the 4th in the future. Anyways, you guys, I know that we don't technically actually have houseboats in island living, but I wanted to go ahead and create something that looked like one. And to be honest, I had no clue what that was even going to look like, or how I was going to even achieve such a thing, because I literally have never built a houseboat before. But I went ahead and just kind of let my imagination go wild, and it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. And not to mention, I feel like this thing turned out so freaking perfectly. And now, if you're curious as to whether or not those ladders are actually functional, I'm happy to report they are. They do work. I don't know why, but I feel like some people were saying how they don't actually function as ladders if they're not in the water. Well, the thing that I noticed is they don't function perfectly. Like, your sim, when routing, isn't going to be like, oh, there's a ladder there to get to the 2nd floor, let me take that instead. They're actually going to only use it if you tell them to, and it's kind of weird because it is the perfect height from the floor to the 2nd level when you are on the shortest wall setting. So I'm not really 100% certain if that was something that they were trying to aim for but maybe didn't, or what the situation might be. But if you want your Sims to use them, they can. You just actually have to manually select the ladder for them to climb up or for them to climb down. Not to mention, I actually do have a full-size staircase on the interior of the houseboat, as well as another ladder that kind of goes off the back of the boat into the water, which you guys will see me add here in just a quick little second. So my whole thought process behind this boat is I wanted it to kind of have more of like an antique feel. I didn't want it to be like super sparkly, new and fresh and vibrant like all the other builds that I've been building, where they're kind of just a little more lively. I wanted it to kind of have like a more dim and gusty kind of fixer-upper appearance. You know, you could definitely do a lot with this boat. I feel like even though it is kind of small, it definitely has a lot of space, primarily for like entertaining and whatnot. And so the bottom floor has a lot of room. Now the upstairs is a little more compact, hence it is kind of like a smaller space, so you will be able to fit in a double bed just fine, but you're not going to be able to have like access to like either side of it, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it needs to be pushed up against the wall. Now the kitchen was probably one of the hardest parts for me to figure out, just because any other way that I was orientating the counters, it looked freaking weird. So I tried to like make do with what I could, and I feel like I was able to get it to look right. I was very surprised to actually be able to fit a freaking full-size dining room table in this little space. So there's, again, lots of room to entertain. I really wanted to incorporate the brand new ceiling fans that we got with Island Living, but unfortunately I feel like they're more appropriate for like the 2nd wall height, or maybe just larger spaces in general, because I feel like they're so big and overpowering that they don't look like they belong, I guess. So I added in some curtains, and I also threw in a rug that had like a nice little blue palette to it, just to kind of draw in some color. I was really tempted to use these underwater snapshots that your Sims take when they're diving as like little wall decorations, but then I didn't want to give it away to you guys, like for those who are actually trying to like capture every single one of those photos. I didn't want to like have a spoiler alert, so I decided to like scrap that, even though I do show it in the speed build. So when it came to clutter and all that jazz, lately I have been obviously gravitating towards adding more, but for this build, again, just because space is kind of a priority, I didn't want to overdo it, and so I just did added a little bit here and there, so it gave the appearance that this build was lived in. But for the most part, it is relatively just kind of like balanced, I guess. So for the living room, oh my god, I was seriously wanting to freaking die because I couldn't figure out what furniture to use. I actually used something from Seasons, which is crazy. And speaking of packs and whatnot, I definitely tried to keep it to a minimum as much as I possibly could. But I really wanted to go and kind of branch out a little bit and utilize everything that I had because I really wanted this houseboat to be exactly how I envisioned it. So we're using a little bit of everything, and eventually it came out to just look amazing. I ended up throwing in a little desk over here, which is perfect because there really is no place else for you to have a full desk. So threw in a little laptop. There is plenty to do on this houseboat. Even though it's small, I added in a lot of activities. I have an easel, I have the laptop, we have the full kitchen, as well as so many beautiful places on the actual ship itself or boat to kind of just lounge and relax. And there's even a place for you to barbecue too. So if you wanted to have like maybe your friends or family over for an evening, like a little kava party or whatnot, you definitely have the space to do that. And so I'm just kind of like lightly decorating, again, trying to keep things as balanced as possible. So the bathroom was definitely a little bit of a challenge because anything that I put on this wall just kind of overpowered that window, and I was not willing to sacrifice that window because I just liked it. And so I decided just to use a bathtub. I envisioned somebody who lives here probably has all the time in the world to relax, take it day by day. They're in absolutely no rush whatsoever. So I felt like the bath situation, although I hate using the baths in The Sims 4, it worked, you know? And so just kind of putting in a couple other odds and ends. I do actually have a dresser, and I think this dresser comes from like Parenthood or something. I'm not really sure, but I was actually really surprised to see how well it fit with the brand new bed that comes with Island Living. And then we threw in one of those cute little desk lamps, and I added in a laundry basket. So yes, you guys, you can actually do your laundry on the boat. So how I did it is originally I was just going to focus mostly on the boat itself. I wasn't really going to worry about like the surrounding land, but because boats aren't a thing and this one is not mobile, I would envision that you probably have set up routes here, and so I kind of wanted to try to balance it out between what you can do on land versus what you can do actually on your houseboat. So we have a full washer tub, like a hand wash tub on deck, and then you go off the island onto the little sand, what is like kind of like a sand belt there, and you hang up your clothes to dry because I don't know, I just thought it'd be cute to kind of do it that way. And so there's the easel, just added in a little side table, you know, just to kind of zhoosh it up a little bit, and the rest is pretty self-explanatory. There's some really beautiful like little lounge chairs so that you can get your sun on, and yeah, so I want to talk to you guys about how I am loving Island. I want to call it city living all the time. How I'm loving Island Living. Now, I definitely feel Island Living is lacking, like many others have expressed. I feel like the gameplay is very limited. I definitely feel it's appropriate to say that this feels more like a game pack than an expansion pack. And to be honest, it's kind of disappointing because this freaking world is gorgeous. The possibilities are endless. I feel like for some reason it just feels like someone got their block chopped off. I feel like there was just so much reach and it fell short, and I feel like at the end of the day what saves this pack is if you do have all of the other expansions and game packs in, you can really use your imagination to create the S7 expansion pack, because then you would have, you know, like seasons, and then you can have all these other things that can create actions such as like restaurants and laundry day and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like if you have all those other things, you know, this is definitely something that is worth your while. However, if this is the first expansion pack that you are getting, then I would highly suggest that you wait and possibly even try out seasons instead. I feel like you definitely get a little more game gameplay value in that expansion pack versus island living. So anyways, you guys, we're just about to wrap up this speed build. I hope that you guys enjoyed my little houseboat, and if you have any other suggestions for me when it comes to like building for Sulani, let me know in the comments down below. You guys can find this bad boy on the gallery at Gen2606. And again, please have a happy and safe 4th of July. I love you guys so freaking much. And with that said, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here. I hope that you all enjoyed, and if you did, you know what to do, boo. Don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below where the sun does not shine, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.
Oh. They say love don't cost a thing. There's hearts for cards, but cash is king. Fancy cars and diamond rings. I won't get caught in all that greed. So come and take a walk in peace. There's all the freedom you need. And go spread your love for the people's grace.